And we're continuing our constituency discussion series titled The Stronghold. The project focuses on engagement with constituents in strongholds about their needs and how skills of the candidates seeking to represent them in Parliament match those needs. It is the first of its kind and seeks to get the participation of as many constituents as possible, even though the primaries is limited to party delegates. Today we focus on Ketu South, another fertile ground for the opposition NDC, recording victories of almost 90%. So surely a candidate who wins the primaries will only head into next year's parliamentary elections as a matter of mere formality. Today we speak to these candidates, but first, here are their constituents.
I want Fogan Ukunu to win. I want him to become the member of parliament for Ketu South. And also what I'm expecting from him to do is that there is only one factory here in Ketu South which can accommodate all the youth. Day in, day out, the youth are increasing. And also here is a border town, so I want him, when he comes into power as a member of parliament, I want him to create more factories or build more factories here for the youth.
Honorable Ablaji Fagumashi is saying that if the people of Ketu South give her that nod, she's going to use the first 6 months of her salary into investment fund where delegates will benefit from it. In case any delegate want to venture into any business, they can come for this fund to start their business. So it's like a start-up capital.
He has been with us. He worked from grassroots to constituency, and this is the time for us to endorse them so that others will have that encouragement that when you work for the party or the party is worth dying for. We are not discouraging others, but people who have been in the grassroots, worked from the grassroots to the constituency level.
I know the MPC Ketu is not contesting this year, but we need someone who will bring development to the area so the youth can get something to do and take care of their families. And we also want someone who will help stop crime rates among the youth.
I think it's time for us to elect one of our own, somebody who has been in the party, who has worked in the party for such a long time. The program that we are talking about,
we are expecting the MP that will be coming, that will be Honorable Ketu, to be in position to bring job to the people, to bring development, education, health, youth employment, all those things who have to be factored into the developmental agenda. I'm not expecting a delegate to vote for an aspirant who thinks or who thinking that you have money. If you do that, it means that you are selling your developmental agenda of the people at the rate of 50 Ghana or 100 Ghana.
So Joseph Kwesi Nyavi is one of the aspirants and he joins me in the studio now. Good to see you.
Yeah.
You've been, you're one of the new faces. Yes. First, I just want to know who you are. Who is Kwesi Nyavi and why should the people have some trust in you?
Joseph Kwesi Nyavi is an indigenous of Aflao. I was born and bred in Aflao. Presently, I'm a clearing agent, a business person. I've worked with this party for a long time. The reason why they should vote for me is that I've been with the people for a long time and I know their problems and I know all their difficulties. So I want to become a hope for the youth whom I've been working with for a long time. So Joseph Kwesi Nyavi is born and bred in Aflao, a school in Accra. I had a course in automobile engineering, and I have been employing a lot of the youth. Right now, I have over 8 youth who are working with me as clearing agents. Some have already established themselves, and they are also employing other youth
You heard the constituents enumerate a number of the challenges they have in that constituency. You've been an indigene of that constituency. I'm sure you're aware of these challenges. How do you intend to tackle, for instance, they have an issue with water, they have particularly issues with their roads. How do you intend to tackle some of these basic amenities that the people are lacking?
Yes, the reason why I say I'll be a very good person to fit into the shoes of our MP Fiavi Fifikwete is that you know, being an MP, you have to go and lobby. Once I've already know the problem of the people, I have to go and lobby and bring all these things, the road networks, the school, education, health. Already Fifi has started it and he was on it, and along the line, you know, we are no more in power. So I want to pick it from where he has left off.
I'll have you hold because I have other two contestants who are joining us on phone. Foga Nukunu is one of the aspirants, and Ablaji Fagomashe is also on the other line. Good afternoon to you. Many thanks for your time on Stronghold.
Yeah, thank you and good afternoon.
Let me start with Abla Jifa Gomashi, ladies first, they say. And looking at how dynamic this area is, the Ketu South constituency is, and the numerous challenges they face in that constituency, what makes you think you're the one fit for this job?
Thank you so much. And greetings to the other aspirants on the... Are we all online or we are...
One of you is in the studio too,
okay,
and you and your colleague are also on the phone.
Okay, fantastic. So my regards to all of them. So we in Ketu South have sent 4 men. Before the constituency was divided, we had one also represent us in Parliament. Now we've sent 4 men to Parliament. The ground is crying for a woman to lead this time round. And the woman who is experienced, tried, and tested is Ablaji Fagomashi. I'm also known as Mama Jamado here in Aflau. And so I am poised and prepared to serve the people of Ketu South.
Well, I'll get to action because these seem to me like mere words. But let's get to know Foga Nukunu. What do you bring on the table?
Thank you very much. I am Foga Nukunu from Aflau, and I am contesting because I think I've been on the ground for the past 18 years. I've been an assembly member. I've been in the service of the party, serving as executive for over 10 years. I've been the constituency organizer. I've been the constituency secretary. And I believe that having served the party for the past over 15 years, I think I am the most qualified on the ground now. The ground is not crying for women. The ground is crying for a home boy, somebody who serves the party on the ground, understands the dynamics on the ground. And I think I'm poised. I'm on the ground now, moving from branch to branch, talking to people. And I believe on Saturday, the homeboy, Foga Nukunu, will make it.
If you heard from the constituents, and I'm now coming to the studio, if you heard from the constituents, they actually expressed how politicians have failed them over the years. Politicians come and sweet talk them, and then after elections, they don't see them anymore. And of course, especially if you have issues of water as a basic amenity that you do not have, that should be a signal to you that the constituency or your constituents are not even feeling the impact of politicians. They may even decide not to vote this time round.
Yes, it is true. But what I'm trying to say is that Nyavi Koshi Joseph is somebody who is already well established, who have worked with the party for a long time, for about 27 years now, since 1992. And I have businesses all around where I employ a lot of the youth. Before somebody will see a professional boxer or a boxing activity in Ketu South, it comes from me, Joseph Koshinyavi. I have an event center where I bring a lot of sporting activities and I bring a lot of progress to the youth. I've been with them, I know all their problems. I've been paying school fees to a lot of students. I've been employing a lot of some of the youth. Over 40 of them have passed through my hands, and they are now professional clearing agents. And they have established their own offices, and they are also employing other youths. I've given hope to a lot of footballers. I've paid over 3 of them. I've paid their tickets, and they are playing outside now.
So let's be practical here. And if you listen to most of the constituents we've spoken with, youth empowerment seems to be top on the agenda, apart from all the other basic amenities, including roads, water, and all of that. Youth empowerment. How practical, I mean practical, tell me how you intend to empower the youth in that area and how you intend to create jobs, because the youth of this country and in your region and in your constituency have been yearning for jobs for some time now.
Yes, how I intend to create jobs is that I've already told you and your listeners that I'm already employing a lot of youth. In my office now, I have a lot of youth that have passed through my hands.
But after you win the primaries, that would just be a mere figure, because you would now have to deal with the whole constituency.
Exactly.
So you may want to change your strategy.
Yes, I would like to change my strategy. We have a place in Ketu South. That is Some, Agbozume, Kliko. Their main job is kente weaving. So I intend bringing the thread that they use in weaving kente at a very low price. I've already contacted some companies in China who have agreed to supply this thread on a very low price, whereby it could even help them. And when they weave their kente, they can also meet the other contestants who will be contesting with them from other areas who will be bringing kente. So I intend lowering the thread, the prices of the thread, so that more of them can enter into this and get more job to do. And I've also created some markets in Europe, precisely in Holland. I have a friend there who said he will be buying this kente in a large quantity. So when they weave their kente now, it will not remain with them. They have already markets where they can be selling kente. And those who are farmers, I have a tractor which I've given to them. You see, some of the youth, they want to enter into agric. Precisely in Ketu South now, you see a lot of youth engaging themselves in vegetable farming, which is fetching a lot of money for them. So I've given some of them fertilizers and then insecticides so that they can be able to produce more vegetables.
Have you had some engagement with the youth in your area and really get to know what they want and how they want it done?
Yes, all the time I've engaged with the youth. Some of them want to be footballers, some want to be boxers, and some of them want to engage in already employable skills like the vegetable farming that I'm talking about. Some want to learn trade. So some I have put them into trade now. I signed an agreement for them and I'm looking after them. Some want to be electricians, some want to be IT people. So they have engaged, I've engaged a lot of them in various trades. So I'm helping them in those areas.
Okay. But have you also been monitoring progressively how the incumbent has gone around with developmental projects in that area so that you can, seemingly take over from him?
Oh, yes, exactly. Honorable Fifi is somebody that I have a lot of respect for. He's a hard-working MP. He has brought some e-blocks, this education, the e-block. He also helped some of these vegetable farmers, those youth that are engaging themselves in vegetable farming. So now that he is no more contesting, I would like to take it from where he has left off.
Let me get onto the phone lines, and I'll still always want to start with Jifa Gomashi. A number of issues are bothering the constituents, I mean, in Ketu, your constituency, and they've just enumerated some of them on this show. First, electricity is one of the problems. They're talking about housing. They're talking about employment. What's your plan for this youth, especially as they're losing confidence in politicians?
Well, I think that the issues that you enumerated are not peculiar to Ketu South. These are national issues, and that is why when President Mahama was in government, or the NDC party actually, under both Rawlings, Atamils, bless his memory, and President Mahama, sought to increase the level and the capacity of persons who get access to onto the national grid, and to have rural electrification and all of that. So I don't think that it's a peculiar issue to Ketu South. However, I think that the interventions that the current MP started will have to be pursued vigorously. And I know that I've served in government, and I know that the national cake is only able to provide so much. There are avenues through which we can access some support. And that's where I think my focus and my strength is. We have many NGOs and agencies around the world who have support for women in government. I want to be able to access that support in addition to the common fund. I think that each area has its peculiar needs. Those along the coastal belt, those along the beaches in Aflau, some may not have light, but some also have tidal waves destroying their homes. Some areas that are in the more rural areas need electricity, some need water. On a personal level, I have provided street lights, I provided water, and so one can only hope that when the nod is given, and I'm MP of Ketu South, I'll just follow what my predecessors have started and continue on my own target, on my own strength, what I have started to do.
Of course, you made a very important point that these issues raised by the constituents is a problem that is with all other constituencies in the country. But of course, you should have a focus for your constituents. What are the key areas you want to focus in case you're giving the mandate?
I've said to you that tidal waves are destroying homes in Blakusu, Adina area. It's a concern of mine. We have those who are worried about salt mining. We have those who are interested in having electricity, those who need water, community schools that have broken down, some in dilapidated buildings. We have various issues that affect particular areas in the constituency. It's a very huge constituency, from Kliko to Adina to Aflau to Boglu and so on. It's a very wide area, and the issues are not the same everywhere. Granted that the national issues affect us also. There are also peculiar situations here. One brush and one size cannot fit all. So each of the issues that were raised during my tour will receive its attention.
Well, let me get your thoughts on what the constituents are demanding from the aspirants who are seeking to lead them in that constituency. And Foga Nukuno, I just want you to tell me how you intend to restore confidence in this constituents, and also to address the issues, the specific issues that they've outlined this afternoon.
Yeah, but first of all, before I took a decision to contest, I have enumerated some of the things I will be doing, and they are fully documented. Just after this program, I'm going to send it to your producers so that they will look at it. First of all, the most important thing I want to do is to demystify the position of the member of parliament. In my constituency, for example, people believe that you have to, you must be a big man to contest for the position of the MP. I want to assure you that the next MP will have in Ketu South will be somebody who will reduce the position to the level of the grassroots so that they can easily assess the person. The second important thing I put on paper is about education. I have worked with all the three former MPs, especially the outgoing one and the Honorable Jigan, and what I have identified is about payment of school fees. The MPs heavily relied on the common fund. So what I'm trying to do is to empower those who are highly educated, especially those who pass very well, so that we can help them to go to a university or tertiary institution. So I've decided that I will set up a special scholarship fund for those who completed secondary school and cannot continue schooling. About those who are not well endowed academically, I have decided that I will select some of the workshops or training centers so that we expand them, so that those who want to learn a trade can go there and learn. Concerning the secondary school being the e-blocks, what I'm suggesting is that we want to make sure the secondary school is not a full-blown grammar secondary school. They should convert it to secondary technical, so that those who want to learn trade or learn vocational skills can go there. On the electrification, I've been part of the system as an assembly member. We have a very serious areas where we need the electricity. If electricity company of Ghana is listening and the government of Ghana is listening, we have a huge community called Tublu Copper and Fiho Copper. They badly need light. In fact, the annoyance is because they believe that they are huge, they are citizens of Ghana and they need electricity. So I believe that if given the nod, even before that, I think government should attend to them. On the sea defense, what we are suggesting, I am suggesting that the sea defense war should start from Aflau rather than starting from the Blakustu end. The more they start from the other area, from Blakustu up to Aflau, they are going to destroy a lot of communities. So it is advisable that they start it from the eastern part and not from the Blakustu side. Basically, on the issue of restoring hope in the party, I believe that I've been on the ground with the people. I have worked with them. They know me very well. They are yearning for somebody who can be more accessible than others who are coming to contest in the constituency. I believe at the end of the day, come Saturday, the person who worked with them, the person who stayed with them for the past 30 years, will be the person who will take the lead.
All right, so that is Foga Nukunu, also there, an aspirant for the Ketu South constituency. A number of messages are popping up on Facebook. I want to take a few of them. And Vida Alexis says, may the people's choice win. Delphine Kwashi says, Foga Nuku, our homeboy. And Sedem says, it's between Foga Nukunu and Jifagomashi. The rest are just passing through. Well, that's your opinion. And Patrick Parry says, Foga all the way. Alfred also says, very tough today. And Justice Teria says, Jifa is fine for the job, but she belongs to the Mahama bloc, which terribly sink the NDC and caused the party to lose disastrously to the main opponent. So those are some of the comments coming on Facebook, and I will be taking more of those comments. Jifa, you've just heard somebody talk about the fact that you're fine for the job, but again, they have other challenges with the party that you represent. I'll pick your thoughts on that shortly, but I'd like to also come to you in the studio and find out from you. You've enumerated a lot of programs or a lot of projects you intend to do for the constituency. We've heard this argument of members of parliament not being, development agents. How do you intend to fund your projects?
Well, being a business person and somebody who is well established and somebody who have the financial muscles, I think I've started it already. It is not that I want to be a member of parliament that I come to the people to tell them stories. They know of my stability and what I'm doing to help them financially. And I want to give, you see, my concentration is on the youth. I want to give them employable skills. Once you are employed and you are working, you should be able to develop your own self and some other areas and help some other people also to be developed. I don't want to be somebody who will be leading leaders, followers. I want to give them hope and give them job to do. Employable skills is what I want to give to them. Whatever you feel you can do, maybe you want to be an electrician, I'm ready to give you money, pay your whatever agreement fee, so that you should be able to be trained and get something doing yourself. You see, nobody will be able to be giving money to people all the time, but give them job to do, give them hope and aspirations. And I've been with them all the time, and this is what I've been doing. I just want to continue. It is not that
you think that you can single-handedly fund all the projects you've enumerated for your constituency?
I will not be able to single-handedly fund all these things that I've already enumerated. But I'm a business person. I have business partners all over the world.
Okay.
So they are ready to support me. And some of them have already started supporting me. There is a place called Aluwe Potame in our area. Their problem is water. They don't have water. But now I've started funding. Some of them have helped me, and I started funding their water project. They are laying pipes through the lagoon to their area now. Very soon, they will also have potable water. There is another place called Fihokope. They don't have electricity. So I've engaged with the present MCE. So he has promised me, and they have sent some poles there. Very soon, by the grace of God, they will also have electricity.
Okay.
It is not possible for me to single-handedly fund this project, but I have people who are ready to support.
Let's get to you, Madam Ablajifa Gomashi, and of course, you heard one of the messages that came on Facebook. They think you're fine for the job, but they have issues with your party.
Well, I mean, that's fair. But I want to assure whoever it is who has problems with my party to have faith in me and have faith in Dramani Mahama, that will bring the desired change that the people want to see. My vision, you asked me for my vision, is that the question?
How you intend to fund your projects?
Well, first of all, the project of the MP is through the assembly. I was in the assembly under President Mills. I served in the Ketu South Municipal Assembly. And I do know that the requests that come on a daily basis from the community are not one that anybody can ignore. But when we look at the public purse, is to determine whether we are able to do all of them or not. However, the individuals in the communities have the wherewithal. They have some support they can give on their own, apart from looking at the national budget and the national coffers. On a very personal level, for more than 6 years now, I've been given skills development training at no cost to the constituents. You know that our Deputy Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, we were not employing people, but there are many people in the community who need jobs. So I decided to train them in basket weaving, batik kanda making, soap making, beaded sandals making, and soap and all kinds of things. This is to empower them to have access to their own funding, their own economic power. You cannot empower someone without giving them skills. I have done that for so many years. Uncountable number of people have passed through my hands in this constituency. And I do know that those who have benefited from this benevolence have been making cloth, soap, and so on, selling in Ho, selling in Lome, and what have you. Again, I believe in investing in the children. And so for years now, I've been collaborating with the education office, and we've been holding competitions, essay writing competitions, reading clinics to help them improve on their studies, to help them improve on their ability to remain in school. You know that we have a very vibrant economic activity, economic activities at the border. The young people are interested in making money, but with the programs that I bring on board, the prices that we have that entice them to stay in school, motivates them to continue studying hard. I also believe that we need to have some kind of investment fund for the people. You know, when we teach the livelihood skills, the skill development, people come back and say, we've learned what you have taught us. We want some kind of funding, some soft loans that can help us to use the skills that we have acquired to our benefit and to the benefit of our children and our families. So I've proposed to the constituency that we will have funding, an investment fund. I'm committing 6 months of my salary as MP to start that fund. But I do know that those who support us to have the skill development will also support us in having this fund run. I believe strongly that to promote the policies, legislation, and projects to create and sustain socioeconomic empowerment is not an individual's effort. It's a collective effort. It's about all of us. And that's why when the party was in power, and now that we are out of power, I have been investing in the party itself on the ground. I've been financially supporting the party so that we stay afloat. We must not think because we are in opposition.
Okay.
And I do know that those who believe in us, those who believe in the youth, those who believe in women will not let us down. They will continue to support us, and I am dedicated to the cause of the people. I think that women need to take their role in collaboration with the men. But I also think that we've tried and tested so many. We are not going to see anything that's too different from what the men have done. And so I am offering the women an opportunity to see a woman's touch. The difference that women bring to the table, that people of certain must benefit from it.
Okay.
And it's not just about just women. It's a woman who has experience, a woman who knows the cries of her children. I believe strongly that the delegates, the executives, the people of Ketu South. It's just a shame that my sister. It's just a shame that we are not even voting. It's not a universal adult suffrage where everybody is voting. Okay. You would have been amazed at the turnout of votes that are received.
Oh, wow. But interesting.
I do believe that the delegates will prove their point. The delegates will show that indeed it is time for a woman's touch.
Okay.
It is time for a woman who was installed not only as a title but for her good work.
Okay.
I was installed as Mama Jamado in 2012.
Okay.
For the work that I did for...
So you believe that the woman power would also help you to garner a lot of support from this primaries that you're about to hold. Let me have you hold that. For Ganukunu, I don't know if you have a different way of also funding your project because I know you've had some engagement with your constituents and you said it emphatically that they have numerous challenges which you have devised ways of resolving. All of these come with at a cost. How do you intend to ensure that all these projects come to being, and how do you intend to fund them?
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, I told you earlier that I've been an assembly member. I've been tested at the assembly level. I was an assembly member for the electoral area. Although it was only an electoral area, I want to tell you what I did in the past. You know, my area had no school, so I took it upon myself to set up a school with my unit committee members. What happened was the ability to lobby a corporate institution like Diamond Cement to establish a school shows that I have the capacity to lobby. Because I did a lot of things in the past especially fighting for the people who were polluted by diamond cement. But the ability to lobby diamond cement to build a modern school here explains the fact that I can do more if given a bigger platform. About the women issue, the gender, the election we have in Ketu South this time is not about gender. It is not about whether you are a woman or a man. It is about the people who believe that they can also give birth to someone who works with them, stayed with them, and then understands their problem. So the election we have has nothing to do with gender issue at all. If you come to the ground, you understand, or you get to know that the people really want the homeboy. And Oganukunu now is the household name in the constituency. The people want somebody who works with them, who stayed with them, who understands
to lobby for funds to support your projects?
About the lobbying, I gave you an example of what I did in the past. So I will continue to do it at the bigger platform if given the opportunity. Yes.
Right. So your final words to your constituents. Your election comes up on the 24th August, which is this Saturday. What should we expect from you from now to Saturday? And what message do you have for your constituents who will be doing the voting for you?
Okay, to my constituency, our motto as NDC is unity, stability, and development. I'm a development-oriented person. And already I've started it. And I have a plan to do more. So they should believe in me. I'm already with them. And I have so much plans to give skills to the youth. Youth employment is one of my main agenda. This election that we're going to say, as my colleague Fogan has said, it's not going to be a gender election. It's all about competence. Somebody who is with the people, who have related with the people for a long time. Somebody that the people believe in. Somebody who have the youth and the women who are more vulnerable in society at heart. Somebody who have a very bright future for our constituents. So on the 24th of August, I just want to tell all the delegates that they should vote for teacher Koshi Nyavi Joseph, who is on the number 2 on the ballot. Somebody who has been with them, who have related with them. Because we are social democrats. All the time I'm with them. And I'm always trying to solve all their problems. Now that there is an opportunity to push me further, when they push me further, I will be in a better position to help them more. So they should have trust in me and vote for me come 24th August.
August 24, 2019. Thank you so much for, and I wish you all the best for coming on joining this discussion. Joseph Koshi Nyavi is in the studio with me, and on the phone line we're also joined by Foga Nukunu and Abla Jifa Gomashi. All of them are aspirants, but we have 5 people contesting this, and apart from the 3, we have Caroline Kuda Parker, also aspirant, and we have Fogan. We have Caroline, and we also have Nicholas Walashi, also aspirant of the Ketu South primaries, NDC primaries. So we'll be monitoring on Saturday as the event unfolds, and we'll see who wins the crown. We'll still be updating you on the NDC primaries. Thank you so much for coming.